I have a good, sorry.
Go, yeah, I'm finished.
I have a good example about this. I don't know if y'all know the Weeknd,
Yeah.
the musician.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you know him, you know there are two types of fans.
I don't know about no. I know just one fan of the Weeknd.
Okay, it's me. So he began his career by uploading his songs on YouTube, and then he grew up out of nowhere. And there are two types of fans: the fans that are let me go back. There are the fans from the beginning, from the era of when he was a mystery. We didn't know his face, we didn't know who he was, we had no idea, and we loved him anyways. And they are subdivided in two types of fans now that he's famous. The ones that are like, he was our dirty little secret, now he's famous, and I don't like this, and boo. And then there are the ones that are, he was my dirty little secret, and now he's famous. God, I'm happy for his recognition. I'm happy for his fame. I'm happy he's making money. And I think you can put the possessiveness in this example, because there are going to be people who are going to be happy for your happiness, and they're going to enjoy that you're having fun, that you're being fulfilled. And then there are people who are going to be miserable by this. They just want you. They want that dirty little secret. It's yours.
So which do you think is the love you want to see more of in the world?
What?
So I don't know if you were here from the beginning of the stream, but we talked about selfless love and selfish love. And that's basically the example I gave with the series or something is similar to this experience.
Yeah.
The hipster effect. And so which of these two, and I call them selfless and selfish love. So which of these two would you like to see more of in the world?
Oh, I'm sorry, the very last sentence, it got
So
cut off.
you have those who want to keep the Weeknd, so a cool art producer, their secret in their basement, theirs exclusive, and you have those who want to share what they like with the whole world. One, let's call it selfishly, love the Weeknd, the other is selflessly love the Weeknd. Which of these two do you want to see more of?
Oh, the selfless one, obviously. Like, we want people to be like, the famous sentence, I think Martha said it. Not you, Martha, other Martha. That is, I love myself, and I want a man to love me with me. I want him to share me with me. I don't know if you know this video. It's so famous.
Okay, but I fail to understand how you can.
On the.
Yeah.
I fail to understand succubus.
She begins the video with a man comes into my life, and I have to compromise. No.
I think we can apply that to monogamy.
Eartha.
Yes, I think we can apply it to monogamy as well. That's why I'm stumped how succubus can defend monogamy while also promoting selfless love.
Yeah.
Because that's very simple. That's very simple. If you're happy and fulfilled, like I have been, and I have felt that that's why I defended. I have been in a stage where I was seeing one person, and I genuinely didn't look at anyone else. I was so infatuated with passion and love, and I was so drawn into this person that the world didn't exist.
Yeah, same for me as well. But okay, hold on.
So yeah, I can understand I don't see this infatuation lasting very long, but I can understand that some people can feel this.
But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about your personal choice. When it comes to,
I think what she's saying is relevant.
It's of course it's relevant when it comes to personal choice. But I said it before. I'll repeat. I don't have a problem with people personally choosing that they want to commit all of their time to something. I have a problem with them saying, I don't want you going out and sharing yourself with others, because that degrades your purity in a way.
Oh.
Because monogamy is not just you being okay with just having one partner. Monogamy oftentimes is you not being allowed to do the things you feel like you want to do, and then you have to resort to cheating because you're not allowed to be poly on your side.
Yeah, okay, so what you're saying, trying to sleep.
What I'm saying is that there's a societal norm. It's not a personal preference. You are not allowed to be poly. Culturally, you're not allowed to be poly. And oftentimes it can result in aggression and cheating and bad times. So I'm not for cheating. I think cheating just ends up being the natural result of somebody being told your needs that you're feeling and can't even express. Like, you're told that you have to love one person, but you feel that you're also attracted to others. The only thing you can do is cheat or be honest and then be shunned and discriminated against because you're a whore. That's my issue. And Succubus, every time you go back to the personal choice that you have, I feel like we're neglecting the pressure, the outside pressure, somebody who might not have this Goldilocks zone moment of infatuation. I lost my sentence, but I think you know what I mean.
So what you're saying is that we have two camps. One that it's the monogamic way of feeling, and the other is the restrictive normative way that society say you have to be with someone or else you're immoral.
And there's also the third point. Yes, those two stand.
So the morality is the main thing we are talking about here that discriminates the other stuff.
That plus the prism of how you feel and what you think you feel. So we go back to the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. If from your very birth you're taught that this one emotion can only go this way, then you will ultimately probably start feeling romantic love for just one person. And I know people who are legitimately, I mean, I used to be this way until I was like 20 years old. When I was monogamous, before I discovered polyamory, when I was monogamous, I legitimately emotionally felt attached only to one person because this was the prism I was given. And that's how I formed the ability to feel romantic emotions. I think amatonormativity is this amatonormativity?
Are you talking about what?
So okay. So that's my third issue, is that we're not given a choice. We're given a dictionary, and therefore we build our view on the world and what we feel based on this dictionary, which is quite monocentric. Somebody says, question, do you think there can be no cheating in poly relationships? I think that there can be no cheating in any relationship.
Exactly. Cheating. Can I give my opinion on cheating?
Yeah, sure.
Real quick. Okay. So before the physical activity of actually cheating, before the actual sex, there are, and this is why I don't like it. There are actually several steps you have to take to get to the sex point. And you recognize them and you're actually conscious about what you are doing. There's the little flirting. You are conscious about it. You know it's happening and you choose to do it. The little the touch in the arm, the little tiny steps you take before sex actually happens, those are all choices. I can guarantee you right now that anyone who's ever cheated in any of these steps, even if they took 10 steps to get to the sex, at least in one of them, they thought about their partner.
What does this have to do with cheating?
Cheating is a choice. That's why I believe that there can be relationships without cheating. That's what I'm answering, because cheating is a choice.
I would broaden this discussion. So, if you have two people in a relationship, or in a relation of any kind, let's say they're playing a board game. If they establish the common rules that they play by, everything that's outside or that breaks these rules is cheating. So it doesn't matter whether you're flirting with another person that you shouldn't be flirting with. It matters that you made an agreement and that somebody broke this agreement. So I think there can be cheating in friendships as well. If your agreement is that you don't do something and then you go and do something, you're cheating on this person and the agreement you have with them. It applies to a game of chess, and it applies to being adulterous.
Okay, so I think we can reformulate in this way. Morality limited the space of us opening up for several people, right? And that lack of space makes people lying and doing things in the shadows. So
Yes.
I think the comparison we are getting in is that morality over morality and oppression about these types of topics or actions give people to do these kinds of stuff. And yeah, are we getting sidetracked again?
I don't think so. I think the topic of cheating is closely related to this, because I think a lot of the cheating that happens in romantic relationships could actually be open relationships if only the partners could talk it out and be open and honest about what they want. But I feel that the societal pressure and actually the lack, I keep going to this theorem, but it would be really shitty if I misinterpreted it. So I feel like our lack of an idea about any alternative in a monoamorous society puts us in front of an impossible choice. We feel like we need something, but we can't even realize what it is we need. And sometimes we need openness in relationships.
Vocabulary that you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. We're lacking a prism through which we can view emotions.
So you would believe that if we have more words per se to express feelings or relationship, we could open up and understand love better.
Yes. I also believe that if we weren't so focused on, if the default relationship that you're forced to have in a way weren't monoamorous, so one-on-one, we would have a much easier time adopting alternatives. And I think a lot fewer people would be exclusive throughout their lives. A lot fewer people would be jealous, or at least they would deal with this jealousy much more earlier on. And that ultimately you would have a better way of fulfilling your needs, which leads to happier people. And I think that this applies to most people, not just individuals who choose this or that way. And Succubus, I don't want to start this topic now because it's getting quite late and we've been here for over 3 hours, but I don't think that everything you can choose is completely your choice. So I don't think your choice was to be monoamorous ever. Same way oftentimes people don't really choose what they believe in when it comes to religion. If you're fed the one single story your whole life, it wasn't really a choice what you believe in. You were never given a choice.
It depends. I was taught to be monogamous.
Yeah, everything depends.
And my first poly relationship, without ever hearing the word polyamorous in my life, I was 15. I was very young.
I know. I didn't find out about
my
the
mind.
word.
I got there. Anyways.
Yeah, look, I got there as well. Yay for us. We're awesome. But I didn't know what polyamory meant. I think 2 years until 2 years after I started sort of thinking about it and developing my own ideas about it. So I got there eventually, but maybe I would have gone there before. Maybe I would have like saved a couple of years or like compressed the experience. Maybe I could have, not lost some people if I had the opportunity to explore these options before.
The pots analogy.
Yeah, yeah. So I do, yeah, of course, if you're a specific, like, outside of the frame individual, you're going to come there eventually. If you're extremely critical of this, or if you're offered a choice, apart from it being not very likely that you're giving this choice. So it can happen. I just think that it would happen a lot more if we didn't enforce the opposite so much.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I was always very, very, very open with my communication. I think that's why I got there so early, because I spoke. I didn't have the shame of I am a female, I cannot be attracted to anyone else if I am with you. I didn't have that shame. It wasn't in me. I just talked, and the other person was like, you know what? I feel the same.
Yeah, that's great,
else.
But it sounds like from what you said before that you had a pretty supportive parent or parents who instilled like these values into you, so that you were already formed to communicate and do this. A lot of people don't have this kind of support.
And my mother was actually very supportive of she didn't understand it, but she accepted it.
But you do understand that a lot of people don't have this luxury.
That would I saw a teenager get home with a piercing on the lip, and is that threw him out. It depends on the parents, really.
Everything depends.
I think.
Okay, everything.
At least the self-discovery, like what happened to me, just talking and saying, look, I feel this, and finding out that poly maybe was my thing.
Look, everything.
I think it came from the communication learning that I had. Speak up. Don't be afraid to show emotion.
But you do understand that today's mainstream discourse is usually the opposite. Like your case is more likely the exception than the rule. You are aware of this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, that's my issue, that the general tendencies of society are going in the opposite direction. I don't care that the four of us here are really, open-minded and had a good base from which we could start being critical of the world. Many people are never given this luxury. Many people are not made aware of the choices they have, and therefore I wouldn't say that they always have a choice to the same extent that we do.